Man, here, man, there's a bad situation going on right now. They got an active shooter at a Georgia Army base. So let's
News
get
right
into
now,
this
Fort
video.
Stewart Army Post in Georgia is in an active shooter situation. The base is on lockdown, and the scene, we're told, remains active. They do know that they are concentrating on one particular area on post, the 2nd Armored Brigade Combat Team area. We now have a reporter on this, Steve Harrigan, in Atlanta. Steve.
Harris, the details are just beginning to come out about the trouble at Fort Stewart, which began just over 1 hour ago at 11:04 a.m. Law enforcement are on the scene, and there is still an active shooter on Fort Stewart. That, of course, is a huge Army base, the largest in the East, about 15,000 personnel. What we know right now is there's at least one active shooter. We don't know if there's more than that. And we do know also that there are casualties. It's not clear whether they are dead or wounded or how many. But prayers have gone out from a number of leaders. Law enforcement is on the scene, and the commander of Fort Stewart says the base itself is on lockdown. No one in or out. People are being told to stay in their rooms, lock their doors. Active shooter still underway. Casualties, we don't know yet how many. Harris, back to you.
All right, Steve, I was taking copious notes there just in terms of the size of that base. So the fact that they've located at least an area of that base, however large it is, it at least tells us where we are in the story. We'll come back to you as the news warrants. Steve, appreciate the update now that you are on the story. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp said in a statement just a short time ago, as we remain in close contact with law enforcement on the ground, Marty, the girls, and I are saddened by today's tragedy at Fort Stewart. We are keeping the victims, their families, and all those who answer the call to serve in our hearts and prayers. And we ask that Georgians everywhere do the same. I want to just echo a little bit of what Steve Harrigan was reporting and what we knew just a few minutes ago. The military had told us, leadership there on post at Fort Stewart had told us that there would be casualties to be reported. Now, we don't know the configuration of that, how many have been injured. What the circumstances were, their conditions, if there are, a number of people dead. So we're watching for all of that. The post that I just read, the social media post by the governor of Georgia, would lead you to believe that this is indeed a dire situation. So we will prepare for more detail about those casualties. Meanwhile, Georgia Congressman Buddy Carter on X: I am monitoring the situation at Fort Stewart. Please join me in prayers for the casualties, their families, and the brave law enforcement officers working to protect our community. And so we will watch this. Before we go, can I just mention, because Charles, I know you have served. You, like my dad, you were in the military. I believe the Army as well. I know this base very well, having grown up an Army brat. I did not realize it had grown to the size that Steve was just talking about.
Yeah, I was Air Force. My father was career Army, but we never were at Fort Stewart. But when you see it in these bases, it's just really it drives this thing home even more. Obviously there's a lot.
I
more
love
to find
Charles
out,
Payne.
a lot more to dig into in terms of the reasoning for all of this, but.
PTSD,
It just kind of puts everything in perspective that there's no really safe place out there. When I was growing up, Army bases were like sort of an oasis of safety. And this was in the 60s and 70s. It was almost weird because all of the things that were impacting regular society just didn't make it through. It was like really just like if you can imagine, just you go out and you play all day, and it was just a wonderful thing. So society, it's all over. The things that are hurting us as a society there's no place to hide from them.
All right, we are going to cover this, and again, we'll get some better notes and reporting as it's coming in, more detailed, I should say, from our team that is working on it from Fox News, so we can tell you more about the people on the ground, who they're looking for, and who has been harmed. So we'll bring you those updates, more on Outnumbered, in just a moment.
Hey, everyone.
Man, it's a sad deal when you have this happen at a military base and you wonder why. If it is a PTSD incident, you wonder why he didn't get help. You wonder why he didn't want help. You even wonder if they even helped him get help. Like, we don't know nothing right now. That's just breaking news, and I'm not going to make no assumptions, but it's heartbreaking. Prayers do go out to those injured, those hurt, those who have lost their lives possibly. We don't know yet. But I just wanted to bring this breaking news to y'all. It's a sad situation that happens on the Army base, Fort Stewart. God bless you all there. Take that motherfucker out.